Greetings and welcome to our Essence of Serenity's YouTube channel, and as always, a special welcome back to our OEOS tribe. In today's video, I will be talking about the topic of marriage. For those of you who this is your first time tuning into our channel, this channel is actually ran by my husband, who I reference as my sweetness, and myself. We post content together and we also post separate content. Today, I was inspired to talk about the topic of a marriage, more so stemming from why it's never good to get married just for the title. So you have several different things that factor into why people want to just get married for the title. And I'm not demonizing anyone for that being their driving force. But you have the pressures of society. You may be a certain age and you have people asking, why are you not married yet? Or it could be a thing of you have what we call couples goals that play a key part. And that being that, not trying to say that it started with social media, it's just that the whole title of couples goals is something that came about with social media. But when you think about it, someone desiring what they're on the outside looking at when it comes to a relationship has always been a driving force when it comes to dating, period. So why it's not a good idea just to get married for the title. So you get engaged, you have a beautiful wedding, and you go on your honeymoon, then reality sets in that, okay, we're married and nobody cares about your title. When problems start to arise, you don't even care about the title. And what you didn't factor in is that a marriage is ongoing work. With that, marriage is also something that makes you reflect on certain things about yourself that you don't necessarily want to reflect on because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Who likes to just have it obvious in their face, certain things that are negative about themselves? But at the same time, how will you grow if that's not the case? And when it comes to marriage has its way of making you having to reflect on those things. Also, having to marry for the title and just going off of what you deem as couples goals because of what you've seen in other relationships, it can then make you compare your relationship to those relationships. And you just very well may be with the person that you're supposed to be with, but because they don't add up to this woman's husband, or she doesn't add up to this man's wife, now you're disappointed. Now you're questioning if you should even be with this person or if marriage is for you, period. And it just very, very well may be, but because you went into marriage with a false perception, now you feel like you made a mistake. And the true mistake was your reasoning behind even getting married in the first place. Before I met my husband, I didn't want to be married for the title. I was at an age where I had already been through so much until my thing was whoever I got married to, I wanted to make sure that it's someone that I could have by my side that I would not deem as a burden, but I would deem as them being a burden, but someone that I could go to for comfort, someone that would uplift me when it comes to certain things that I'm going through, someone that will be supportive. Now, one of the things that I did not factor in is the part where because this person is connected to you and they want what's best for you and they want what's best from you, they are also meant to point out certain things to you about yourself that are negative. And that's needed. It may not be something that we like, but it's very needed. One thing that I learned is if you're going into marriage solely driven off of your ego, then what I tend to see is, and you go into any relationship, it doesn't have to be a marriage, but it can be just a dating situation. You go into it solely based off of your ego, you're going to be highly disappointed because your significant other, they will not like everything about you. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't need to be with someone that's trying to change qualities that you know are very good about yourself. But you want to be with someone that's able to point out certain qualities that they know is negative and you know are negative, and you to be able to change those things, not them changing you. So when it comes to the ego, I don't believe in someone killing off their ego. I don't believe in someone suppressing their ego. I believe that the ego plays a very key role in who and what we are and our purpose. The ego is very useful, but I do believe that you're supposed to tame your ego. But with that, it's going to take you being realistic with yourself, and that's one of the things that marriage does. No, when you get married, you don't know what marriage entails. Even if you've been married before, this is a completely different marriage. You don't know what it entails. Therefore, you can't go into marriage with just the mindset of, I just want to be someone's husband, or I just want to be someone's wife. I grew up in a household where my parents had been dating since they were teenagers, and they got married in their 20s, and to this day, they're still married. So with that, because my parents are very real people, they're very real, I've been able to see from the outside looking in a realistic view when it comes to marriage, the ups and the downs. But once again, that's me being on the outside looking in. You can't really say that you know what marriage entails just by looking at someone else's marriage, because you're not within their marriage. So with that being said, my advice to those who are wanting to get married for the title, ask yourself why. Because your why could actually take you to a place that may be something that you need to fix within yourself. Why is it that you look at these couples on social media and it makes you, and that's what drives you to want to get married or want to get in a relationship, and then once it happens, you feel like you've just been struck out of nowhere with something that you were not even expecting. So now, on top of that reasoning why you were wanting to get married just for the title, that's sitting there festering, and now you have a new issue, which is now your marriage is making you feel inadequate. So with that being said, I want to thank those who, this is not your first time returning and you're actually subscribed to our channel. I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone for the likes, for the comments. Also, I want to invite those who this is your first time tuning into our channel to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, I want to invite you to like this video if you like it. Also, share so that this video will reach those who need to receive this message. And also, comment below your thoughts on this topic. You do not have to agree with me. You do not have to agree with us in any of the videos that we put out. In a respectful way, we still want to hear your point of view. So in this video, whether you're single or you're married, I want to hear your point of view on this topic. If you're married, I want to hear what was the reasoning behind you saying yes to your significant other. And if you're single, I want to hear as of now. And I say as of now because once again, when you get married, it could change. But what, or when you meet your significant other before you get married, your reasoning can change. But right now, what is your reasoning behind wanting to join into marriage with someone? So once again, thank you all for tuning in. And as always, we look forward to seeing you all next time.